Good morning. Welcome to East Montgomery County News on Lone Star Community Radio. We record live every Monday at noon from Downtown Conroe. I'm your host, Margie Taylor. We hope to inform local residents of Porter, New Caney, and Splendora of local happenings with the Chamber, the New Caney and Splendora school districts, law enforcement, nonprofits that serve East Montgomery County, and local business. Listen in every Monday at noon to learn more on Lone Star Community Radio. I want to introduce my guest today. I have Captain Lonnie Cantwell of the East Montgomery County Fire Department and Office of Emergency Management, Cynthia Jameson, who's also Homeland Security Planner. And we hope to hear a little bit about hurricane season, the recent flood situation, FEMA, and other relevant topics. So before we introduce the guests, I want to talk about a few updates and things that are going on around East Montgomery County. If you did not know this, the Wildcat Stadium in Splendora High School is being renovated. I happen to know this because I walked through it yesterday. It is being torn apart, but it is getting fabulous upgrades. Hellas has been contracted to renovate the athletic fields with matraz, turf, helix technology, and refill infill. I don't know what all those things are, but I think they're highly technical and it's going to make for a better surface. So, with the AstroTurf, the smoother, stable, natural grass, increased drainage, and reduced downtime due to rains. A completely customized end zone and Wildcat logos. If you want to take a chance and go out there and look at it, you can see them working very hard all the time. And they are hoping to have this done by mid-September as the Wildcats move into the 5A division. They have to do upgrades for their concessions and bleachers as well, because the other teams need the larger capacity. They're going to have more people coming out, more spectators, and it's just time. So anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is the East Montgomery County Improvement District. There's a lot of new businesses coming in. The Signorelli Company, developer of the 1,400-acre master plan community, Valley Ranch, has just announced that they have a new anchor coming out there. Hobby Lobby has just signed on as a major anchor to the Valley Ranch Town Center, and that is located at US 59 and Grand Parkway. That's going to have so much activity going out there. They have the Kroger Marketplace. They've got Sam's Club that's now doing hiring. Academy Sports is also now doing some hiring. There's restaurants coming out that way. There's Chick-fil-A, Chili's, El Polo Loco, Freebirds, Nails of America, Sports Clips, Subway, Supercuts, GNC. All these people and their establishments are coming out there, and it's adjacent to Texan Drive Stadium. And the stadium is also a great venue for special events in the community. So if you don't think it's happening in East Montgomery County, you need to get on that road 59 and the Grand Parkway and go check it out, because that's a hubbub of a lot of things going on. Another thing that's coming out this way is the new Speed Sports Racing Park that's scheduled for completion Labor Day weekend. Now, I don't know what that looks like at this point, or if they've been delayed due to all the rain we've had, but that's their plan, and they're sticking to it. So there's going to be one track for professionals and one for guests to try out their speed at going 60 miles per hour. Sounds like some fun times. Better hold on, or wear your seatbelts. Also, there's going to be some splash pads coming in at Roman Forest and Splendora. Those should be here by the end of summer. I understand the Splendora splash pad should be ready within the next couple of months. So thank you, MSED, for getting that going. Another update I have is the East Montgomery County Volunteer Fire Department recruitment class, volunteer recruitment class. That is going to be started August 1st through November 16th. Now, this is ongoing. They do this all the time. But this particular one will be starting up August 1st, and they meet every Monday and Wednesday from 6:30 to 9:30. You have to be 18. But the really neat thing is, upon completion, they will be certified under the State Firefighter and Fire Marshal Association as a certified entry-level firefighter. So if you're interested in making a difference in the community, check that out. A few important dates to remember. Tonight, June 6th, is the Concerned Citizens monthly meeting at 7:30 at the library. There's usually somebody from the fire department, the sheriff's office, the commissioner's office giving updates, and anybody is welcome to attend, any of the residents. 2 days from now, June 8th, will be the Observer Networking Luncheon from 11:30 to 1 at Hometown Suites. You do not need to be a chamber member to attend, and that is at the Homewood Suites off of 59. June 28th, it's a little ways out, but you can plan this. If you have young children that need immunizations, there's going to be a clinic at the MCED building from 9:30 to 1:30 for free immunizations as kids will get ready for school. It's going to come faster. Even though we just got out, it's going to come around pretty fast. So you might want to plan for that, June 28th. And the most exciting thing is October 1st will be the Texas Sawmill Festival. That is going to be a new and improved festival coming up. It's going to have axe throwing, a lumberjack competition, and these people are going to be coming for prize money from not just throughout our state, but other states as well. So this will draw a lot of people out to the festival. There's going to be tractor races, live entertainment, and any information you want can go to the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber website, and they will have that for you. So, this is an hour-long talk show, Mondays from noon to 1, all about what's happening in East Montgomery County, and we'll be right back with our first guest, Captain Lonnie Cantwell.
EMC News, your local news from EMC every Monday at noon on Lone Star Community Radio.
The Roman Forest community is once again having their annual 4th of July celebration, beginning at 10 a.m. on the 4th, with a parade starting on the far east side of Roman Forest Boulevard and continuing to the park. Vendors will provide crafts, games, and foods throughout the day, starting at 2, with music starting at 3:30, and of course fireworks at dark, managed by the East Montgomery County Fire Department. Are you interested? Vendors can call Sandra Harper at 832-651-7563. Come join the fun for the best 4th of July celebration in East Montgomery County.
Want to know what's happening in East County? You're listening to EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio.
Hi, and we are back with Captain Lonnie Cantwell of the East Montgomery County Fire Department. And Lonnie is going to give us a few updates on what's been going on with the fire department. I know y'all just sit around, watch TV, and cook food, but there's probably a lot more to it than that.
Yes, Miss Taylor, there is a lot more to that. You know, with the recent rains and flooding and such, you could only imagine how busy we have been. Just to touch note on that a little bit, we had 80 calls for service during the May 30th time frame. We had around 38 calls for service, and those being rescues from high water related incidents.
What's a normal week like?
Well, a normal week, Monday through Friday, don't forget about Saturday and Sunday. These guys, they wake up, they start their shifts at 7 o'clock in the morning, shift change at 7 o'clock in the morning. They do truck details, all their assignments, the roles that goes into each position at the fire department. Truck checks, equipment checks, making sure all the normal operations of all the equipment is the first thing in their morning. They may have a lunch break at that point, and throughout the afternoon, the call volume is around 68-70% medical. So you have medical calls throughout the day that they'll respond to as
but
well as fire.
But not like 80 calls. And was that in 2 days, or what was the time span in that?
It was over a 2-day period. I believe the Thursday, Friday, into about Saturday afternoon. It's pretty high call volume for us. We have 144 square miles to service in our fire district, so lots of calls for service for evacuations and such. For these folks out there, we had this incident come through around in April, so this time around it was a lot better. We have more people call in advance and got out sooner than later. So
they kind of believed you that they needed to get out. They didn't wait.
That's right.
Is kind of what you're saying.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So it went a lot smoother. So did you have any challenges with that, with the rain?
It's always a challenge with the rain. You've got to take our equipment is some pretty heavy equipment. Boats, rescues, what's needed for the response, whether it be an evacuation type vehicle, boat rescue and such. In the areas of the service for calls, roadway conditions, not knowing what's under the surface, under the water, what you're being dealt with, whether if it's a house full of people, individuals with pets, and so on. So there is a lot of challenges there, but we get through it.
Of course you do. I know that firsthand. So tell me some other things that are going on with the fire department.
We have a lot of programs I'd like to, tell the folks out in East Montgomery County about to promote the fire department and its programs. A lot about the fire safety, public education side of things. We have a lot of those programs available to the public and businesses, as well as, we always have the Fire Safety Month in October. That'll be coming up. I always say, it's not too far down the road for me in preparing to do this for local businesses and peoples, and it gets very busy. But fire extinguishers training, we do prop training for local businesses and companies. A lot of times they might like to do fire safety talkabouts with their companies and groups. Always enjoy doing that. Smoke detectors, first line defense of fire prevention, fire protection for those individuals at home and residents. This smoke detector thing, individuals need to know that if they can't afford one or they are unable to install a smoke detector, feel free to call us at the station. We will set an appointment and go out, install the smoke detector, maybe 1 to 2 to the residents, free of charge to them. We always like to...
A lot of people don't know that.
They don't.
Do that.
No, ma'am, they don't. And we like to promote that in the community and make sure they're aware of this program. The more smoke detectors means less fires, possibly the less fires we have to deal with once it's, to that stage.
Do you see a lot of fires due to people not using their smoke detectors or not getting out in time?
Either you see lots of homes with no smoke detectors, or more so you see a lot of homes with no batteries in the smoke detectors. So
there's no functionality to that.
Right. So, with that time change, go forward, go back, let us know, we'll change those batteries. We'll also assist in changing those batteries, and this, again, free of charge. The safety talkabout type stuff, the bounce house, Sparky Bounce House, and promoting, we do this at different events. We love doing this. I know we've got the end of summer reading thing coming up at the RB's Tollis Library.
Oh, yes. We had her on a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, there you go.
The director.
So, events like that, we come out, set up, whether it be with or without the bounce house, let the kids spray the water, check out the fire trucks.
That's a fun thing.
It is. It promotes fire safety, and it enables us to be able to talk to the students and or kids in the community. And, that's your first line of defense and fire prevention, is let them be aware of all the things that you were taught when you were a kid. Stay low and go, stop, drop, and roll, no 2 ways out, these type of things.
Okay. Well, those sound like some great ideas. And not only do people not know that they can come out, the business can have y'all come out there. You go to their business, I understand then.
That's
Is that correct? Or they could come to you if they wanted to learn about fire extinguisher training?
Either one.
Isn't that like a requirement, kind of like having your escape plan? Aren't you supposed to?
I'm not sure the requirement on that, but most companies do have general safety officers and safety training meetings. I believe it might be some sort of ocean compliant. It's not my business. I really don't know. However, we do schedule inside the district. We will go out there and promote fire safety and or first aid type training.
And do they get to use the fire extinguisher?
We do. We have a fire extinguisher. It's a live prop. It actually, it has some fire by propane ignition.
Sounds like fun.
Really, yeah. It teaches the whole pull, aim, squeeze, sweep, little acronym there, and keeps them familiar with in case of a emergency situation.
Nice. So what else is coming down the wire?
Let's talk about other programs. We do have CPR program that we offer with the fire department. We hold that class at our Splendora location, Station 155. We hold the CPR program. There's 2 different types. There's the Heart Saver, and then your healthcare provider, the BLS type CPR. They're held the 3rd and 4th Saturday of each month, usually from 9 o'clock to about 3 p.m.
Do people need to sign up ahead?
They do. You can go to our website, mcesd7.org. To the left, there will be a tab, CPR programs. Click on that. There's just a short form to fill out the registration, and it emails me directly, and we're able to sign you up for your class.
Cool. What's the cost on that?
The Heart Saver CPR AED with first aid is $35. The BLS CPR for a healthcare provider is $25.
So it's very reasonable.
It is. And the cost of this is not that we're making any money. Basically, this provides us the resources to purchase other, more books, the CPR cards themselves, materials, things of that nature for the class.
Very good. Okay. Well, we're going to take a little break here, and we'll come back and find out about your car safety seat, your education program in the schools, and a few other programs that people don't know that you have. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Animals of all shapes and sizes are welcomed at Big Thicket Vet in New Caney with vet services like extensive health exams, vaccinations, heartworm, tick, flea prevention, along with experienced and trustworthy emergency and urgent care. For more information on Big Thicket Vet in New Caney, visit bigthicketvetnc.com or locally at 18403 FM 1485 in New Caney, Texas.
Want to know what's happening in East County? You're listening to EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio.
Hello, this is Margie Taylor. We're back with EMC News, and I just wanted to mention also that we are sponsored by Big Thicket Veterinary Clinic in New Caney. So go visit them with all your pet needs, big or small, including your livestock. And there will be a podcast available of this show on Wednesday. That will be on the irlonestar.com page. It will also be on our Facebook page, EMC News. And we look forward to having more guests come on our show and tell us about what's going on in East Montgomery County. So we're back here with Captain Lonnie Cantwell, and he would like to brief us on some more educational programs they have and public safety things they have for residents in the area.
Yeah, okay. So, we left off. I really wanted to make mention of the Child Safety Seat program that the East Montgomery County Fire Department has to offer. This program in itself is very important to us. We see lots of motor vehicle accidents involving with children, and not having the proper child safety seat is not good. So, we have technicians usually on staff. We have what we call a tour. It's a 48-hour shift, and usually I like to try to have a technician there for each of those shifts. Child safety seats, this deals with different types of child safety seats, different types of latch and buckle systems. You have
it's complicated, isn't it?
It is. Lots of different types of makes and models of vehicles. So I know the hospitals usually encourage, too, for new moms to make an appointment with the fire station. All you got to do is give us a phone call. It's 281-689-3112. And set an appointment. Come out, have your child safety seat looked at. Regardless of whether you have the child present or not, if you are going to be a new mom, you can come back, set a second appointment to make sure your child's fit.
So they need to bring their safety seat with them?
Yes, preferably. If you're going to be a new mom and you're going to have a new car seat and carrier and such, bring it out with you. Now, we do, the program does allow us, if you can't afford a seat through Safe Kids, we do have some seats available. We don't have a whole lot of infant seats. Those are usually the heavy sought-after seats, but we do have lots of different types of seats to offer the public if they can't afford it. Or we see an unsafe child. We want to make sure those childs are safe when they're riding these motor vehicles. So set an appointment for us, for yourself. Come on in and have it taken a look at.
So you also have a CERT program?
It is. The OEM does CERT training and holds...
Office of Emergency Management.
I'm sorry about that. There you go. Our East Montgomery County CERT team is held at the Family Worship Center in New Caney. It is located at 23214 FM 1485. We normally hold that thing the second Tuesday of each month from 7 to 8. The instructor is Andy Hunt. You can contact him at 281-689-7065. And I'll let her elaborate
more about
a little bit more about the CERT program.
So you also have an educational program with New Caney ISD.
We do. This program is really neat for our residents to be able to have this offer to them. The ISD come to the fire department back in 2012. This This program is a fire academy, along with an EMT program that offers these students that wish to go through the program. It's a 2-year program, their junior, senior year. It gives them the opportunity to come out job ready. Of course, they will have to certify by taking the state test at the end of the program with TCFP.
But they're given all the tools and 2 years of classroom experience, and then they come out to the fire station, correct?
That's right. We have scheduled days throughout the school year, just like you would for any other practice, athletical type deal. You come out to the station to do your skills, your hands-on portions, whether it be live burns, extrication, cars, and things of that nature that we do. Once you're checked off with that and you go through the program, you test out with Texas Commission on Fire Protection, which we bring the state to the school, which that's the same with the EMT, the TDH. They go
That's
and
a great
test.
program.
It does save mom and dad lots of money. They can get
and it's free.
And it's free.
It's free with New Caney ISD.
That's right.
So is it too late for junior and seniors to sign up for this?
It's not. I know early registration usually takes place at the end of the school year. Here we are. So you tell students, tell mom and dad if they're interested in the program to get with their counselors.
Okay.
And sign up.
Okay, well, thank you, Captain. I appreciate your great information. And you can always call the fire department. Their non-emergency number, 281-689-3112, or go to their website, mcesd7.org. EMC News is looking for sponsors. Do you want to grow your business in East Montgomery County? Our listeners are focused in Porter, Splendora, and New Caney. Go to lonestar.com/sponsor EMCN to find out the details, or call Margie, me, at 936-828-6881.
Check out EMC News on Facebook. Like us to see more about coming shows and guests.
Hello, we're back with EMC News today on June the 6th. And in the studio right now, I have Cynthia Jameson. She is with the Office of Emergency Management, but you also had a title of Homeland Security. Is that correct?
Yes. We work on Homeland Security grant funds, so I'm a Homeland Security planner.
Okay. That sounds exciting, like we want to know more. So how long have you been with the Office of Emergency Management?
I guess about 4 years.
Okay.
In different capacities. I was the admin, and then I was the community preparedness planner. Now I'm the Homeland Security planner.
Wow. It sounds like a big title. It just sounds scary.
It does sound very impressive.
It sounds
it's
scary.
A lot of meetings and a lot of paperwork.
Okay. All right. So hurricane season, floods, rains. Your office kind of takes control of all of that. Is that correct for the county?
We manage it, yes. We manage the incidents and the collection of resources and trying to get those as needed for any incident that we may have in Montgomery County, yes.
So you've been busy with the rains and the flooding.
We've been very busy.
And people call your office or go on your website to get information about resources with FEMA. Are you the first place they go to?
Yes. They need to go to our website. If they have damage from the floods, they need to go to our website and register. Our website is mctxoem.org. There's a place in the top menu for residential damage assessments or business damage assessments, and they just need to go in there and fill that information out, and that gives us the information we need to go to FEMA and say, this is how much damage we've had in Montgomery County.
Does someone come out to their home and assess it?
Eventually they will, yes. If we get declared by FEMA, then there will be a FEMA agent that comes out to assess their damage.
But the very first step is to contact you guys and go through the proper channels of filing a claim.
Right.
Okay. Now, I also see that if they had their car flooded, there's things they can do. Would that be a different thing? Or, well, it says to call the sheriff's office.
Well, if the car was flooded and then towed, because if you're under a bridge or something like that and the car was towed, you need to call the sheriff's office to get that vehicle back and to figure out what you need to do next. We don't take care of those kind of claims. They need to file a claim with their insurance and then go from there.
Okay. So you guys take care of residents during emergencies. What exactly does that mean? What are you all responsible for in your office?
In situations like the flooding, we are responsible. We are the middleman between them and FEMA. So once we get their damage assessment, then we are giving that information to FEMA, and we're trying to figure out how much damage we have sustained in Montgomery County so that we can get our declarations. So we're waiting on at this point on our presidential declaration. Once that happens, then we'll get individual assistance from FEMA, and that's when they can start registering with FEMA and getting the money and the assistance that they need.
Then the next steps start
Yes.
going forward. So what do people do if they are stranded and they can't go back to their house because it's flooded? And I'm sure you have some people like that. What assistance is there? Do you refer them to the Red Cross? I mean, how do they get food, or who helps them with food and things like that?
Okay.
What's the process?
We have Red Cross shelters open. There's one in Willis at the Light Church, and then there's one at Sacred Heart. Those two are open right now if they need a place to stay.
And they'll feed them and take
they'll
care
feed
of them.
And they can go there just to eat. They can go there for the day and, kind of hang out and eat and get what they need, and then they can leave. They don't have to stay there overnight.
Right.
They also need to call 211. United Way has a 211 helpline.
That's smart.
And that helpline will get them in contact with the organizations in our county, our volunteer organizations that are here to help them, whether it's to clean up their homes or provide clothing and food and stuff like that. United Way has the list that we have here to get them in contact with.
Okay, very good. So now we're also getting ready for hurricane season. And were you all involved in that hurricane preparedness seminar meeting that took place Saturday, I believe, in the county?
Yes, we try to attend all of the preparedness fairs that we have in the county because we have a community preparedness planner, and it's her job to go and give out that educational
Get that information out, right.
So our mantra for hurricane preparedness is make a plan, build a kit, and stay informed. So, your plan needs to be, what are you going to do if, and this is for hurricane, flood, anything, if something happens, how are you going to get in contact with your family? If your kids are at school, what are you going to do? You have to have a plan for that. Don't just on the fly say, "Oh, what do I need to do now?"
So the time to plan is now for any
Yes.
disasters,
Yes.
any time you would need to reconnect with your family. And we've seen these things happen. I mean, we've had fires here, we've had flooding, we've had hurricanes.
Right. It happens over and over again.
Yes.
The flooding is a big one, and that's fresh on everybody's mind. Whenever it started to flood, people had to get their kids out of daycare, out of school, out of, it's a big
It was a mess.
concern.
Right.
So have that plan already in place. Make sure your kids know what your plan is, because they're just as concerned whenever they see adults nervous. So make sure that they understand what's going to happen.
Do you have like a checklist on your webpage?
Yes. If they go on our webpage, then there's a tab on the left-hand side under preparedness, and there's
So it's spelled out for them. It's real easy for them to
it's
look
emergency kit in a bucket. There's $1 emergency supplies, just lists of stuff that they can do.
at it. People need to
prepare.
do that now. Hurricane season started June 1st, and we've had a lot of strange weather. We didn't really have much of a winter. So there are possibilities, especially since we've had some disturbances in the Gulf, that things could change at any time.
Exactly.
And you don't know. You can't predict that. I don't
Right.
even know how well weather forecasters can necessarily. But things could change in a moment. So we could possibly have some kind of tropical disturbances this summer. Okay, well, we'll get back in just a minute, and we'll talk a little bit more with Cynthia Jameson with the Office of Emergency Management.
EMC News, your local news from EMC every Monday at noon on Lone Star Community Radio.
Do you want to be a guest on EMC News? Go to our webpage and submit a request. irlonestar.com/EMCN. We would love to have you on the show to share news about East Montgomery County. Or call me, Margie, at 936-828-6881.
Want to know what's happening in East County? You're listening to EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio.
Hello, this is Margie Taylor, and we are back speaking with Cynthia Jameson about some things you need to do to prepare for hurricane season, or any time you should have a plan for a disaster, but specifically now. So Cynthia wants to talk a little bit more about what you might need in these kits and some other issues.
Right. I want to remind everybody that during the floods, you had to evacuate pretty quickly. Hurricane season, we usually have a little bit more time to kind of get that stuff together, but it goes back to being prepared in advance, because if the floods do happen again, then you have the stuff ready to go. You need personal documents, food for 3 to 7 days, things that are just important for your own well-being. If you have kids, if you have a baby, you need to have diapers, you need to have formula, those kind of things.
Ziplocs are good. I'm thinking in my mind, gallon-sized Ziplocs. You can put medicine in there, you can put food in there, you can put lots of things because they're pretty tightly sealed.
Exactly.
And they're lightweight, and it's easy accessibility, the gallon-sized Ziplocs. That would be something. You need to check your flashlights and batteries, because I know we were without power for like 3.5 days. Mm-hmm. And if you got to go, you don't know where you're going.
True. Another thing, a lot of people have generators. If you have a generator, check now if it still works. Do all of the tune-up that it needs to be done. Make sure you have gasoline for your generator.
Smart.
Because it's not going to work if you don't have the necessary supplies. We're a non-evacuation county. We ask our residents to stay put if they're able. So, make sure that you have enough food and water for 3 to 7 days. Those are just some of the things that we tell people.
Well, a couple of questions come into my mind. First of all, what do you do about your pets? Can they always go into shelters?
No, pets cannot go into shelters. Generally, the Montgomery County Animal Shelter on 242 will take them. You need to take them and drop them off.
Temporarily, right?
Temporarily.
Okay.
And fill out all the documentation for that, because you will go pick them back up.
Okay.
And then the Conroe Animal Shelter will also take them.
That's good to know, and I'm sure you'll have that information on your website as
Yes.
well, so that people can prepare now. Now, when we had the hurricane in the past, and I'm trying to remember, Rita and the one before that, it was a drive-by. People could not stop here, is what you were saying.
Right.
There were no access to get off the freeways.
Right. We are passed through.
Is that continuous? Is that going to still be the plan should there be a disaster here?
Yes. That's the plan. That doesn't mean that they don't.
Right.
That doesn't mean that they don't find a way to get off the freeway. So
Guidelines, yes.
Keep in mind that if there are thousands of cars going through Montgomery County, our resources are going to be tapped along the freeway. Our gasoline, our water, all of the food supplies that we may have along 45 or along 59 corridor, they're going to be tapped. So we really stress the need to be prepared in advance.
Okay. Well, this is some great information, and I very much appreciate you taking the time to come on this show, because I think that's very in the minds of local residents right now. Is it going to stop raining? Well, it's not raining right now in downtown Conroe. Supposed to be sunny this week, but then we have more rain, I think, coming on the backside. So you just never know, and you need to be prepared.
Right.
So that website again is mctxoem.org is your first stop, and everybody should try to pull it up right now and look at it and look about how they can get prepared. Thank you, Cynthia, for coming on. And again, there will be a podcast available on Wednesday that we will have on our Facebook page, EMCN. And we look forward to having you back again. And hopefully we won't have anything bad happen.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Lone Star Community Radio is FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, coming in June of 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk and music shows on YouTube, cable TV, and Our City TV, we are offering special sponsorships rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcast. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like the one you're listening to online at irlonestar.com/sponsor or call the station at 936-647-5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hi, Tim. This is Margie Taylor. We're here live online and recording out of downtown Conroe. And I understand you have an event coming up tomorrow at Buca de Beppo that you want to let people know about. It's with Dignity Memorial Planning, and you have a funeral home located on 45 South and in Conroe, and then you have another one just on the border of Kingwood Porter with Kingwood Funeral Home. So you have a free dinner that you're serving tomorrow to people that are interested in finding out a little bit about how to make some of these plans. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, one point I do need to make, though, is I just got a note from our funeral home that we had such a large response to this event for tomorrow night. It's fully booked up, but we have now another event at the same location, Buca de Beppo, next Tuesday, June 14th, from 6 to 7:30. It is a free educational seminar to learn about the benefits of making final arrangements in advance. So it's a topic that not a lot of people talk about, but certainly important.
So this is tomorrow, and the time on that is 6 to 7:30 at Buca de Beppo?
It's next Tuesday, since we're all booked up for tomorrow night's event. Yeah,
okay.
So we had such a large response.
All right.
I just
so that
found
one
out,
is already booked. So it's June 14th. And how do they find out about RSVPing for this event, Tim?
They can call 832-657-3916. It is a free event, but they do need to RSVP, as we've learned that the spots will fill up. So they can call 832-657-3916. Let them know how many guests. They can bring up to one guest, or they can email me at tim.lenz@sci-us.com.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you for calling in, Tim. And we will be sure to mention that next week on our show as well. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Margie.
Okay, we are wrapping up today, and we had some phenomenal speakers, of course, sponsored by Big Thicket Veterinarian Clinic. We had Captain Lonnie Cantwell, and he had information about fire prevention, fire safety classes for cadets, volunteer programs, the safety seat inspection, lots of different programs. You can call their non-emergency number at 281-689-3112 or go to their website, mcesd7.org. And we also heard from Cynthia Jameson with the Office of Emergency Management in Montgomery County. She suggests that the best thing you do is go to their webpage right now, mctxoem.org. It will get you ready for hurricane season or any other disaster that comes through here. Thank you so much. We look forward to talking to you next Monday.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schisler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schisler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.